Well, hey, Door of Hope Northeast. This is Cameron, and I am joined here by two wonderful, relatively new friends. We've got Luke and Ashley. I'll let them introduce themselves here in a sec, but they both work with First Image, which has been a long time ministry partner of Door of Hope, and is one of our brand new ministry partners since Door of Hope Northeast is brand new. So we're excited to partner with them. We're excited to give them an opportunity to just kind of share what it is that they do and the impact that they've been making in our city for years now. And so before we talk too much business here, I don't care who goes first, but both Ashley and Luke, I'd love to hear just give us a quick intro. Who are you and what is your role at First Image?
My name is Luke. I've been at First Image for 11 years now, which is kind of crazy. And I've had various roles at First Image. So I used to direct our program called Reality Project, and then I was the development director for a number of years, and now I'm the chief growth officer, but am transitioning into the CEO role over this next season. So that's my role at First Image.
And I'm Ashley. I've been at First Image for about 2.5 years. Before that, I was a peer counselor volunteer at our Southeast Pregnancy Center. So that's how I originally got connected. And yeah, I've had various roles. My title's changed quite a few times, but mostly because we keep coming up with new things to do. So right now my title is Director of Engagement. And so that encompasses a lot of things, but mostly trying to get people connected to the work that we do. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Well, give us just a brief rundown of kind of the big picture of what First Image does, and maybe the heart, maybe key core vision behind what you guys do.
Yeah, so First Image has been around since 1984, actually. So started with a pregnancy center in Gresham. We were the 15th pregnancy center in the nation. There's about 100 of them now. Yeah, the heart of that mission was to be a compassionate response to the reality of abortion. And the way that we live that compassion out is by supporting women who are facing unsupported pregnancies. So the pregnancy centers are the thing that most people are most familiar with about what we do. It's not the only thing that we do. So First Image is a family of ministries, and at the heart of it all is a commitment to image of God work, which for us means upholding the personhood of our neighbors and doing that in a way that is rooted in the compassion and ministry of Jesus. So that includes a ministry for post-abortive women, which is called Heart. And so that's mostly Christian women who are wanting to address past abortion. And then Reality Project, as I mentioned earlier, it's a program that speaks in high schools mainly around the greater Portland area about sex, sexuality, relationships, etc. Yeah, that's kind of the overview of the pregnancy centers. Now we have 3 centers in the greater Portland area: Southeast Portland, Gresham, and Beaverton.
All right. Well, having a bunch of experience doing this, are there any kind of common, misconceptions about pregnancy resource centers, especially in a city like Portland, that you find yourself having to dispel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the pregnancy centers in particular, I think the biggest misconception, the most common one, and actually this is true for many Christians who are maybe only a little bit aware of us, and it's also true for how some people in the culture generally perceive what pregnancy centers do. But it's that we're twisting women's arms into choosing to give birth. So that's the biggest misconception, is that we're really just only focused on making sure that women give birth. And that's not at all how we approach things. It's not our heart, and it's not the spirit of the work that we do. The spirit of the work that we do is to come alongside and provide good, solid, professional services, which include medical services. So, we work under the licensed physician. People frequently don't realize that we are actually a licensed medical clinic. We provide medical services, and then we also provide client advocacy, and we come alongside the women who come to us in a deeply relational way. When we're invited to, we talk about spiritual, emotional, relational, and practical realities, and we work to help women who are coming to us in a place of needing support to feel that they have, and to in reality have, robust support. And we try to provide that support up through the second birthday of their baby. And so we're really not just focused on that front end too, but we're trying to focus throughout the pregnancy and beyond.
Yeah, I think a big misconception is they don't actually know what we do, thinking that maybe, yeah, it's just about the decision. Some people are familiar with, free pregnancy tests. But yeah, the fact that we work under an OBGYN medical license, that especially during COVID, we kept precautions, we keep HIPAA, that we're, a professional, though relational environment, that, we try to be both and really have conversations and educate women on their options and really compassionate way, non-judgmental way. We do ultrasounds, also adding STI testing as well. And so, that we're there kind of for their whole person support.
I would add maybe one thing to that, one other misconception, which is that we're essentially a political entity. So many people kind of think of us as just a part of the kind of pro-life political thing. And so it usually takes a little bit of work to help people understand that, no, we are actually a totally apolitical agency. We have a conviction around the personhood of unborn children. But the response that we lean into there is on the care side, and it's on the compassion side, and it's on the let's get involved in the lives of people and support them side of it. And so we have no stake in the political fight.
Oh, that's really helpful. Thank you all for sharing those. Well, say someone's listening to this, say at Door of Hope Northeast, and they're interested in getting involved pragmatically. What are some of the kind of simple or entry level ways someone might be able to sort of just get a first experience kind of serving and supporting First Image?
Yeah, I mean, I would say entry level, get to know us, get connected to us, get our prayer emails and pray for us. I mean, prayer isn't really entry level, but it is like something you can do right now. You can get connected, and we send out prayer emails that are really practical about what's actually going on in the ministries now. And so I would say getting to know us, come do a center tour, meet our staff. That's a really easy thing for you to take a step and start doing. And outside of that, there's other things even practically after that, make a baby basket. So we give out new baby baskets to all of our moms if they want one right before they're about to have their baby. And it's something, our Southeast Center sometimes gives out 5 a week. So we're constantly giving out these starter kits with clothes to help moms for the first few months, diapers and wipes. And so we have that on our website. It's something you can practically do by yourself or with a group. And it really does, it goes into the hands of the clients and women that we serve.
That's awesome. What about I don't know, what's something that, what are something a bit more involved, maybe a higher commitment level?
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say the next step would be volunteering. And usually that's after you've sort of come to a center and seen what it's like. We have varying volunteer opportunities, something from as, occasional helping out, helping our centers practically, cleaning, putting, organizing things. Our staff, they're amazing and they do so much, and they're in the trenches meeting with women. And sometimes it's just super, it's overwhelming. And just to take some burden off the practical things for them is a huge, it's a huge thing. It shows them that there's people in the community praying and caring for them. So can help out in those one-time things, maybe once a week, we have some volunteers that come in and wash clothes that have been donated if they can't be in there in the center, all the way to actually going through training to meet with clients, to meet with them and counsel them on their options, or even just connect them to resources and referrals in the community. So that's something we also, are creating for volunteers to do, because just knowing what's out there, resources, and helping someone make those appointments, helping someone fill out the paperwork that they need, that's wonderful thing that people with different experience can do. So it varies based on your availability, but there's a bunch of different options. And we, in our reality project and Heart, we also have volunteer roles depending on your experience. And if, many of our Heart graduates who have gone through the Bible study end up being volunteers. And so, so that is, it's a really high level thing you can do, but it's a wonderful thing to spend your time doing. So, another way, if you aren't able to be in the center, you work full time, is also to volunteer for our events that help spread the word about us, that it's an entry level way for people to support us. So we have 3 main events throughout the year. We have, a beginning of the year sort of Sanctity of Human Life is what we call it, just a more community focused, church focused event that we have church reps organize things like baby baskets or practical service. And we have Steps for Life, which is coming up, which is, a time that people can fundraise, gather people to walk together. It's just a really easy way to get to know us. And now with COVID, it's hard because we can't all gather together for these big events. Like we have a gala in the fall too, but we are getting to have webcasts. And so those are opportunities for us to share people's stories, like share our Heart graduate stories, or see an inside look at the center, hear from our medical director was last year at our gala. So you're learning a lot more about what you're supporting. And so that's a positive, us doing the webcast. So we'll have one of those coming up soon for Steps for Life. And the other ones are on our website. People aren't aware of them and point them to those so that they can hear, the real people that we're serving and what we're doing. So
I would also just say, we really view ourselves as a ministry of the local church. We really only exist because of the engagement of local churches. The Gresham Center that started many years ago was started by a group of churches on the east side. And that's how we continue to do what we do. And that includes funding too. So we don't receive any government funding. We're funded entirely by individuals. And so it's a mix of monthly givers and people who are doing things like participating in events and inviting other people to get engaged. So, that's a significant opportunity to get connected as well.
That's awesome. Well, I just want to say thank you to both of you for the roles that you do serve in at First Image. It brings deep value. It's justice work. It's compassionate. It's beautiful. We really believe in y'all. We're so thankful for your presence in our city.
Yeah.
If there were someone that were listening to this, right now and is maybe on the fence, like, I don't know, could I get involved? What would you say to that person? Just, you don't know who they are, but that's where they are. Yeah.
I mean, I would say just connect with us. There's no, email me and we'll get coffee. If you just want to get to know us. I think just knowing what we do and praying for us. When this topic about abortion comes up, you'll, oh, did you know that there are actually pregnancy centers? So yeah, that's what I would say. And it's fun to have conversations with people in our churches. And, if you have questions about what it actually looks like, and maybe you are hesitant and have like past experiences, we welcome that feedback and conversations. It helps us be better at communicating, and it helps us partner with the church better. So, call me. That's what it takes the next step.
Awesome.
Totally.
Easy enough.
I forgot to mention one thing too, kind of on a related note, we have about, I don't know, six or seven nurses on staff.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we're adding more. So if there's anyone out there who is who's thinking that maybe a shift to a different kind of nursing work would be of something you could be interested in, then please get in touch, because we're looking to bring a couple more people onto the team.
Right on. Well, I think obviously we've scratched the surfaciest part of the surface here in what 10 15 minutes or so. There's so much more we could say. But hopefully this is a decent kind of introduction for some folks that you're new to. So we should probably call it here. But thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for again everything that you do. We're deeply grateful for you.
Thank you. Thank
you, Cameron.
you for your support. Yeah.